It's expensive to be made.
Welcome to Bravo's Moms Unfiltered, the podcast where real moms spill the tea on all the things Bravo and the chaos of everyday life.
We're your hosts, Allie and Crystal, two Bravo-assessed moms who aren't afraid to say what everyone's thinking completely unfiltered.
From housewives drama to mom life meltdowns, we're here to break it all down with humor, honesty, and maybe a little bit of bitching.
So grab your favorite drink, settle in, and get ready for some unfiltered fun. Okay, welcome back, Bravo Moms. We'll get started with the Belly Reunion Part 2. This has been a reunion. A very good reunion.
Yeah, it was a really good reunion. So let's start with reunion part 2. Brittany starts off with a bold statement regarding Jax and their relationship and what's been going on. And she basically says, I have to know this man for the rest of my life. So I mean, it's true. So I think it was a good statement. And Brittany also states that she receives a lot of text messages from random women, and it's like screenshots of Jax just bashing Brittany, and he goes on his little banter rants, and that's not fair to her. That's not fair to her child. So she doesn't think that this whole apology tour is real. I don't think it's real either. I don't think anybody thinks it's real. I think it's Jax putting his tail between his legs. PR move. He's done it before. We've seen it with Lisa Vanderpump. So Brittany makes the statement, the therapist said you can treat bipolar depression, but you can't treat narcissism. And I have been using that comment constantly since I heard her say that, and it repeats in my head because that is a true statement, and it is good to know, you just have to keep repeating that to herself because she loves him, and she's gone back to him so many times.
Yeah.
Jax admits that he loves alcohol and cocaine. Obviously, he's on his little apology tour and confessing everything, because if not, it'll just get out a different way. It's funny. It's not funny. It's sad because Brittany stated also that it was her and his sister that begged him to go to rehab, which is crazy. I mean, crazy and sad at the same time that, your sister even sees it. And she by far knows you more than Brittany
Better than
does.
anyone. Yeah.
You grew up together. Jax is upset that he lost a lot of his friends and can't even look Brittany in the eye while he's doing his apologies. He states that he's embarrassed and ashamed, which you should be. And Andy asks if he's still in love with Brittany, and Brittany says, and he says, I would like to move on to the next question, which is, sad that you can't say that you love Brittany. She birthed your child out. So at the end of the day, you should always have love for the mother of the child. Brittany said she was forced to leave someone. She thought she was going to be with him forever. It was sad.
Yeah.
She also stated when Jax was in rehab, she took that step to put her son in when he got diagnosed, started going to therapy, and she did it all by herself. And I very, very respect her highly for that, because that cannot be easy, not having that one person by your side.
And already having all this Jack stuff on your plate, like on top of this.
And dealing with that. So that was sad. But her mom was with her the whole time.
Yes. Yeah.
And that is awesome because her mom has always had her back.
Yes.
And did you realize the background of the set?
No. What was it?
The set of is Brittany's house.
Well, I didn't even realize that. Jax and Brittany's house?
There are pictures so behind Jax's head is a picture of Brittany or Jax and his son. And then the back of Brittany is a picture of her and her son. So
I didn't even see that.
Brittany finally kind of breaks the wall. I mean, Kristen And she gets up, she's like, "I have to pee, I'm sorry."
That was
And I was like,
relatable.
"Thank God.
Yeah.
Don't hold it in." Michelle finally admits that she cheated on Aaron and she cheated on Jesse and kissed Aaron during the time that she was still married. And then,
I was
like,
surprised she
Jesse goes
admitted
on with
that.
this rant like he was right and all this other stuff. They replay a clip of Luke when he started the rumor about Michelle cheating, and it wasn't Aaron. Apparently, it was another guy, which has not been mentioned, or we don't know
Oh,
who it is. And then Jesse said Michelle was in an emotional relationship with Aaron while they were married, which I do agree with him,
yeah, yeah,
Yeah, and that's why I strongly always, I had a recent encounter with one of my friends, and like I think I mentioned it a couple episodes ago where she asked me, like my husband's fighting with me because
yeah,
I'm texting another man who's married, and it's only because our kids are hanging out together. And I was
yeah,
like, well, if he feels uncomfortable, don't do it
yeah,
because then you can't get mad at him for texting
for
other
doing
women.
yep,
So no matter what circumstances it is, even if it's for the children. And I also said,
yep,
start a group chat. If it
mhm,
gets that uncomfortable, do a group chat.
yeah,
So Jesse I think everybody agreed on the couch that, Michelle was in an emotional relationship. Michelle doesn't
yeah,
agree. She was like,
of
I
course
don't
not, yeah.
agree that I had an emotional relationship. I just ask about advice, which I think is, seeking advice from another man.
Yeah, while you're married to
Yeah.
your said
You
man,
should
yeah.
seek it from your best friends or your girlfriends or your
Yeah, yeah,
mom, your grandma,
yeah,
your aunties,
yeah,
like
yeah, not
people
another
like that.
guy. Yep, yep.
Michelle stated that when she filed for divorce, he started texting clients to sleep with them. I guess there
Do we
was a
believe
woman.
that?
Yeah, I think he said he did not deny it.
Yeah, that's true.
He did not deny it. So, I think he
He's
got
just something
caught.
else.
And she wouldn't have said it unless there's proof.
That's true,
So,
that's true.
Kristen says Janet. So they move on from Michelle and Jesse, and then they go to Kristen and Janet, and they said Kristen's basically saying Janet changed when she got on the show. And Jesse also agrees, which is crazy because Jesse and Janet have
Yeah,
always kind of been good and having
yeah,
each other's back. So Jesse kind of chimes in and says, "Yeah, Janet has been very manipulative in certain
yeah,
situations." Zach responded to his comment. So yeah, so Kristen starts talking about Janet, and then she also says that she friended Sheena and Lala to get
yeah,
advice for the show. And so that's why Kristen feels a certain way, which
yeah,
she
possibly.
should because they bashed her the whole time on Vanderpump Rules. So,
Yeah,
and then they move on to Zach about his comment to Janet and miscarriage from season 1. Zach says, I've apologized and stuff like that. And I think it just got communicated. I think Zach was just overly drinking and then he mistakenly said something he shouldn't have.
exactly, yeah,
So, which he's done a lot.
yes.
Like Zach, everybody's talking about everybody's being an alcoholic. I think we need to see
Yeah,
like Zach. Zach can't handle his alcohol. Janet tells Zach, I want to move on. And they did move on. But then when they had the Zen party, Zach got drunk again and started to fight with Janet and then cried to Brittany. It was a really awkward situation. And so Zach runs to Brittany and basically, like, you can either be friends with me or her because it's not working out. Like,
yeah,
and Janet thinks Zach is jealous of Brittany and Janet's relationship. And then Zach made it a point. He said, how am I jealous when you took down Brittany's birthday post to Brittany because you saw that Brittany and I were hanging out? And that
yeah,
was true, which I thought was
yeah.
really weird.
But Zach and Brittany have been friends since, like, high school.
Yeah, from, like, day one.
So,
Like, they
yeah,
even went to college together and stuff or what, and yeah, so I think I can see I can see the way Zach feels and the way Janet
Yeah.
feels.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I guess and then during the whole sit down, Zach follows Janet again on Facebook or something or Instagram. I don't know, but right then and there
Yeah,
they
on
follow each
part
other.
3.
So,
Was that this part
yeah.
or part 3? Yeah.
Oh, maybe it was part 3. I can't remember.
Yeah, but that was big of him to do that in front of everyone and
Yeah.
not just, like, say, like, "I'll do it at home," and then not do it.
Well, he wasn't drinking, so
That is
he had
also
his
true.
head on right. They also Andy goes back to ask Jesse about the white flag moment when they go to the
Mhm.
winery and Jesse's holding the white flag and tries to hand it to Michelle. And Michelle's like, "No, thank you. I think it was just a poor approach and he could have done it differently."
Yeah.
Yeah. And then Andy asks about why Jack stopped basically inviting Danny to like all the guy parties and stuff. And Jax apologizes to Danny for his actions towards him, which we see throughout the season. He's just trying to bash him. They kicked him out of the guy group because he's talking
Yeah.
about it. And then we also remember Danny's little side comment at the end of the Zen party when he says he's sleeping with the bartender.
Mhm.
And so Jax tries to deny it, and then Danny, who was it? Was it Dan? No, Luke. No, maybe this was the next episode. Am I? Am I going to season 3? I'm getting so mixed up. I'm so tired. And then Danny starts to cry and said, I considered you a big brother, and the
Yeah,
fact
he
that you
did.
did this to me just really hurt his feelings.
Yeah.
And then Danny goes on to the incident with Jasmine and his girlfriend. And he says he was blacked out and he doesn't remember, but the next day he apologizes. So it kind of doesn't make sense because he was blacked out. So I want to know that period from when he passed out.
Yeah.
What happened overnight? Who told Nia
Yeah.
and how all that accrued? Because
Yeah, like, the whole
that's
thing.
the issue. Like,
And where was
did
Nia during
Jasmine
all of this?
Yeah, Jasmine probably texted Nia and then it exploded. And then Jasmine, because Danny apologized the next morning.
Yeah, yeah.
Jasmine is upset still. She believes the sorry was half ass, which doesn't make sense because they all sat down. Like Danny took
Yeah.
them to lunch or something
Yes.
and sat down with them and made an apology. So it just like you're either
That's a
accepting the apology and you can't go
yes.
back.
That surprised me that she said that, because I thought
Yeah.
all 3 of them are like, "Okay, we're good, move on." So I
Yeah,
wonder,
they
like,
were,
what
but then I
happened from
think
then
Janet
to here.
and
Melissa?
Janet and her husband. Ooh, I'm drawing a blank.
Janet and, Jason.
Jason, because of the
Yeah.
whole hyping her up and saying, "No, this is a big deal. You can't just let guys get away
Yeah.
with it."
Yeah.
Which, like you can't also beat him to the pulp for it.
Exactly.
Like that does nothing for him. You're supposed to, if you want to help him, don't drag him. Beat him when he's already
Yeah.
down.
Yeah.
Jasmine thanks Jason for having her back, and then that's when, like, Jason goes on the rant and calls him a clown and says that you're deflecting on Janet for your actions, and so I'm just like so Jasmine thanks Jason, and then Jason is like a pit bull and goes right after attacks Danny, and I'm like, "Okay, Jasmine, what are you doing? Like,
Yeah.
you're egging a fight on, and it doesn't need to exist."
Yeah,
Anymore.
exactly.
You need to have another story. So that's what happened.
Yeah, that was part 2.
Yeah, that was part 2, and then it goes into part 3,
Yeah.
which we can go after we're done.
Yes.
So that's how it ends.
Yeah, Real Housewives of Miami, episode 8. So I think it's Martina and Julia are talking about cocktail appropriate shoes. And because I guess someone brought up that Julia, when they were at Gertie's party, wore sneakers. And I thought she looked fine, but they were saying that certain sneakers are not cocktail appropriate. And I was like, is that a thing? Like, I
Yeah,
don't know.
their
Martina was talking
sneakers
about
are
how
not
she was
appropriate for
wearing
cocktail.
Chanel was, or she was Martina was talking about how she was wearing Chanel sneakers. I'm like, I guess maybe if they're a designer, they're cocktail appropriate. But I thought that was interesting because I thought Julia looked fine. Stephanie's new house, wow, that was amazing. She's literally redoing everything in that house. It reminded me of like Nicole with her
Yeah.
house.
I
So
wouldn't wanna live in it.
no, I wouldn't either.
No, you sell the property.
Yeah,
Like, I wouldn't live in an no, that's weird.
yeah. That is weird. The girls are going on yachts, but they decided to split everyone up into 2 different yachts, and I said, "Is this high school?" Like, they really can't all just go on one yacht?
No,
So, on
no,
one
for
yacht
various
on
reasons.
one yacht, it's Kiki, Larsa, Gertie, and Adriana. The other one is Larsa, Marisol, Julia, Alexia, and Stephanie. And then they go to Alexia and her kids, um, and Alexia and Peter, her older son, they don't talk about Todd. And I said, "He sounds like he is high or something." Like, he did not seem like he was fully here, but that is what it is, I guess.
Who?
And then Alexia's son, Peter, 'cause I think they're playing pool
In
with
their house?
Peter and her other son, yeah. Alexia says they don't talk about Todd at all. So it sounds like no one really likes Todd anymore. And then Nicole and Gertie meet up and they FaceTime Stephanie. And Nicole and Stephanie got along really well. Um, but I think Nicole needs to come back and Gertie asked Nicole, "Hey, will you come back?" And she goes, "TBD." So I would love for Nicole to come back. I think we all kind of miss her. Um, and I didn't get why they were staying on the yacht. Did you understand that? Why they were like sleeping on it?
I don't know,
Was
but
it just
remember
something to
when
do?
this was Kiki's thing, right? Because she was dating
Yes.
this rich guy, and so
Yeah,
she got
yeah.
the guy to get him on she got him to get the boat.
Yeah.
So, I mean, do you?
Yeah. So they get on the yachts at different docks, and then they end up bringing the yachts like side by side. So I'm like, they could all just be
But
on one yacht, but
probably
that's
Bravo is paying this guy
probably for some
to
of it.
use
Yeah.
the boats. So
Um.
he's getting a paid, probably tax
Yeah.
write-off. So behind
Probably.
the scenes,
Probably.
he's making money.
Yeah. Yeah. Plus free
Yeah.
advertising.
Yeah, advertising, paying for it, so
Adriana is drunk, and just yelling, and she keeps saying Mean Girls, and just any little thing to Marcel. She's just saying. Gertie joins them on the boat.
she says, "Get Botox on your kneecaps, let's
Is that what
not."
she said? Yeah, she said
That's
so much
a
stuff.
line from the comment she made.
And then Stephanie, she's only there for like an hour or so, and then she takes like a small little boat, and then she's gonna go off to Canada because I guess they have a house there. So
It's her
she's only
birthday.
there for like a little bit. Is that what it was?
Yeah, it was her birthday.
And then Gertie joins them on the boat, and they talk about the text messages she showed. And the confessions, the girls say they didn't even read the text messages that she posted. Um, so I thought that was funny. And so they aren't that bad. And then it just ends with them all sleeping on the boat. So it wasn't too uneventful of an episode. Orange County episode 4. So they are at Heather's birthday party, and good old Tamara shows up with Joe, who is
Again.
Slade's ex, and she did that on purpose. I love Tamara, but that was a calculated move. Tamara sees Katie walking out, and she goes up to see if Katie's okay, and Katie's husband said, "Don't, you started this." And Tamara's like, "What do you mean I started this?" Uh, so Tamara's kind of like, "Why is he saying this?" And basically like, "Why is Katie walking out?" Terry is stoned. Do you remember
I
how stoned he
love
was?
it.
He was so stoned.
Terry, we should all hang out. Terry, BravoCon.
Yes. Oh
Um,
my god, it was so funny. So, production or Heather says it's been 58 days since Heather's birthday, and the party cost $80,000. I was like, that is insane amount of money to throw for almost what, 3 months later for your birthday. So they wrap up the birthday party. I love seeing Gina doing so well selling her houses and her and Travis making such a good team. Jen is getting her teeth done. I don't really remember why she was getting her teeth done, but and then Jen asked to meet with Tamara at Heather's party, and Tamara says she'll meet with her. Jen's intent to talk to Tamara is to see if she's actually changed because of the therapy and everything that she's been working on. And then the crossover that we did not need was the $1 million listing agents to sell Heather's house. So Heather is selling her house that she bought the year prior. They finished the floors to make it more presentable, and she just wants to break even at this point. So I don't even know why she bought this house. They should have really just kept the penthouse and just stayed there. And then Shannon, Gretchen, and Emily meet up to do aerial yoga. Shannon is not coordinated at all. She was just flailing around. Poor woman is not coordinated. Then Heather, Katie, and Gina meet up, and Heather drops a bomb from Tamara that Katie talked to Kiki Monique about the girls to put them on her stories. So I don't know who Kiki Monique is. Do you know who she is? She's just like,
Kiki?
yeah,
Isn't
Monique
she is a like a blogger. Kiki
blogger
Monique. She's like a famous blogger in that area, I think.
in the OC area.
Mhm.
So Tamara says that Katie met up with her to talk basically shit about the girls, and to have the Kiki girl put all of this like aired out on her stories.
She's on
So again,
Sirius
I
XM.
okay.
Yeah.
So
She does a
do we
show
believe
called
it?
Reality Check with like Dorinda.
Okay. Oh, Dorinda. Okay,
Yeah.
from New York. So I don't know why Katie would do this, but I don't know. Katie, I never really liked her from the start, and I'm still not a huge fan of her. It ends with Jen and Tamara meeting up, and it's off to a bad start from the get-go. They talk about how they both basically cheated on their exes before who they're currently with now. And Tamara says something about Jen putting Tamara's extensions in her hair and then going to her gym and then doctor and living 2 houses down from her. And basically she's trying to say that Jen is trying to be like her. And I felt like Tamara kind of went too far with that, but I don't know what evidence she has. But I don't know. I don't think they're ever going to make up. I think things are just going to stay bad. So,
Yeah, I think when you start a new friendship at a certain age and like you haven't grown up with them or they're not like your
yep.
college friends
Yeah.
and stuff like that, and you get older and older and then you just start hanging out all the time with another lady, and I think you kind of like get similar traits because you're constantly
Yeah.
hanging out. So now
Yeah.
you're working out, now you're having coffee, now
Yeah.
you're having tea time. Now you're going to dinners, now you're doing double dates and stuff. So I don't necessarily think it's like she's trying to be like me. It's more like your patterns or your schedules are syncing.
Yeah. And they
So it
decide
was
they have
more like
similar
that.
interests.
And Tamara's
Yeah.
trying to twist it where it's making it
Yes.
look like because Jen was going through a divorce and you were there
Yes.
for her.
You were
She's
there
trying
for
to
her. You
get
took her
back
under
on
your
her
wing. Yeah.
feet financially. You drug her through the mud for that. Like
Yeah.
she told you
Stop.
confidential things. You're her best friend. And now you're
And I
dragging
bet
her through. So,
Tamara was like, when I was in the middle of my divorce, this is what I did, and like showing her the ropes. You know what I mean? And what
right.
she did is exactly what Jen started doing.
Yeah, taking
So
her advice. So, and
exactly.
now she's trying to flip the script and saying, well, you're
Yeah.
just trying to beat me.
Okay.
So,
Yes. Yeah. You're just trying to be me. So
it's just a cop out.
yes, it is.
All right, let's start with McBee, episode 6. The last episode, Cal left the Ozarks trip because Stephen Jr. was just not having it. Obviously, people had been drinking, and when you drink
Yeah.
and you mix emotions, things get heated. And end of story. I don't ever have ever seen a situation where it's going to be like, oh, happy go lucky, we're all sorry and kumbaya. No, you're wasted. You have anger feelings, and those anger feelings come out. So that's what happened, and she left. So then they start the episode 6 with Galena and Steve Jr. meet up for lunch, and they talk about Cal, obviously, and
Mhm.
Steve and Jr. says, "Oh, we're calling it quits for good. She's gonna live in her place up in Nashville, I think. She got her apartment and go her separate ways,"
Texas.
which I don't believe it.
Yeah. I don't either. No.
And then he has a sit down with Galena and basically, is trying to say, you gotta change your ways. It's not helping the company. It's affecting the company. It's affecting the boys. It's affecting life, And so, there has to be a change. So that's kind of what they're sitting there talking about. Obviously,
Yeah.
Steve Jr. has a heart for Galena because she's been kind of the backbone, speaking like the accountant, technically, which is
Yeah.
crazy because if you're an FBI investigation and you're the accountant, you will be subpoenaed. You
Yeah.
will have to testify because you handled the
Yeah.
money.
Yep.
So they have to keep her because if not, she could say whatever she wants and they'll believe it.
Yeah.
The mom and Cole both don't think that she's a liability, which she is, because if she's
Yeah.
drinking and she says something to someone, it could be the
Come
wrong
out.
person and go
Yeah.
down. And so they end up, she wants to meet with mom and, talk about the whole situation because she is the cause of why the the whole separation. So she was that other woman and now she's getting it, 10 times fold.
Yep. It's coming back
Um,
around.
the conversation I think went well with the dinner.
Yeah.
And then it goes off into Christy, which is mom, heads to Jesse's house. And while they're there, she says, "Who's that car in the garage?" And it happens to
Yeah.
be Masha's car, and she has a 2016 Porsche.
Yeah.
And you could just see the mom's face like, "What?
Mhm.
Like, he can afford to give her a Porsche while you're over here struggling to make a $10 billion payment on all the." So it's just
Yeah.
like she's shocked because, mom's
Yeah.
picking up the pieces, mom's writing those checks,
100%.
which
Yes.
was which was said at the Ozarks because
Yeah.
because Cole was like yelling at Cal and was like, "She's getting paid. She's getting my mom's writing her checks. She's on the
Yeah.
employee list or whatever."
Yeah. Yeah.
So mom's picking up the pieces and writing the checks. So she wasn't really happy about that. Steve Jr. is going down to Kansas City. He calls Jesse saying, "I'm going to go down to Kansas City. There's something wrong with barbecue." They ended up cutting too much fat, which it's his first thing. He doesn't know. He's just learning the ropes. It's good to watch him in this scenario because you are going to you are going to lose clients, but you live, you learn, you move on. You don't beat yourself up.
Exactly.
So then he goes back to, I think he heads back to Jesse's house and has a talk with his mom about meeting up with Galena so they can talk about it, mending their relationship or just, getting on the right page, which I think is a good idea for them,
Mhm.
the business, everybody's mental state. Cause she has a lot, I mean, that would be hard for me. Married to
Yeah.
someone for, 30 plus years and then find out that you had been sleeping with the help because she was
Yeah.
she was the maid. She
She was
started
the
off
maid.
as a maid,
Yep.
um, cleaning her house.
Yeah.
He slept with her. Like,
Yeah.
Galena, yeah, so I think it would just be better for everybody. Um And also, they kinda wanna keep her on board because Steve Jr.'s like, "We can't we gotta just make amends with her because if not, she could go blab about the investigation, we could
She
lose
could.
vendors, we could lose employees, we could have a bad taste in around town," so
She
which
knows too
I've
much.
noticed throughout the episodes, they don't really film anywhere else in the town area except for their farms
Yep.
or their car
In their
washes.
in their houses, yeah. Yep. You're right.
Sometimes at a restaurant, sometimes, but I think it's not even in the town. I really don't think they could film in the town.
Yeah, I wonder if they can. That's a good point.
So, and then Masha comes to grab the car. It was really awkward between Jesse and it was just awkward.
Yeah,
And the
so
only reason he parked the car at Jesse's is so it wouldn't get beat
destroyed,
up.
basically. Yeah, again.
But I don't think the dad should be involving the kids in their
No,
relationship drama.
no, they should not. It's bad.
Yeah. Like, that's so childish of him. Cole and then there's a cute moment where Cole and his uncle Jimmy, they head to the cow farm and they watch the cow being born, the baby
Yeah,
calf, and it was gross, but it was also a beautiful moment.
yes. Yeah,
And the uncle was, like, having a heart-to-heart conversation
yeah,
about Cole's actions when he drinks, basically, the way you treat your mom is the way you should be treating, all women,
yeah,
especially Casey and your new baby, and he should have treated Cal a different way. But
yeah,
I think they've learned some bad habits from dad, and when you
yeah,
see your father, who's someone that you look up to, treat a woman a certain way that will be implemented, like, I can do that to other women without
yeah,
repercussion, and I think this goes for everybody, like, you have your moments. Uh,
yeah.
so it was a good heart to heart, and I hope Cole learns from it because he's so young. What is he, 21?
20
21,
something.
22? Like, that's just crazy.
Yeah, yeah,
Like, he went from high school to, like, having to run a business. Uh Casey and Allie have a heart to heart on the farm too about Cole's drinking, and Casey basically says, if he doesn't change, I will be the one to make the change with or without him, which, you do that for your child. I think every
yeah, you have
woman.
to do what you have to do.
It was cute. The three-legged dog made an appearance
Yeah,
again. They
yeah.
call him Three Legs. Is that
They
your
do
dog?
call
Oh,
them 3 legs?
they call him Three Legs. And Casey
Aw,
goes, "He
that's
has
cute.
a name. He has a name." So it was funny.
That's funny.
Cole surprises Casey with a baby moon and trying to prove to her that he's changing. Steve Jr. gets bad news regarding the bushels on the farm during harvest, which is below the estimates, way below, which meaning that they're going to lose money,
Yeah,
which is sometimes
because
expected a lot.
Cole said they were
And
at a
he's
certain
also
number and they
worried that
weren't.
Cole is leaving on
Yeah, he was
vacation.
not he's like, "What's a
He's like,
baby
I don't
moon?"
even know what a baby moon is. And I
Yeah,
was just shocked. I was like, I went on a baby moon.
we did not,
So
but a lot of people do it.
he's just mad, and I think he was just taking his anger out.
He 100% was.
Yeah, on his little baby brother. Casey and Cole land in Colorado. They end up going to, like, some really beautiful Airbnb in
Yeah,
Colorado, and they had a good time. He turns his phone off during that time back at the farm. The Columbine was driving too fast and a tire fell off, and Steve Jr. just lost it.
yep,
So they had to pick up the pieces. It was crazy. And then Mom and Galena meet up for dinner. They have their moment. They talk about it. Galena apologizes for her actions, what she did to the family, and wanted to tell her side of the story. But mom was just like, I really don't need to hear the story. I just want you to get better and do it
yeah,
for the boys, do it for the
yeah,
farm, basically, like, "You're a strong woman. We need you. The boys need you. Please just stop with all this
yeah,
jealousy and fighting and stuff like that." So, I think it was a good moment. It was a good of the mom to her poet like, the pose, like, I woulda killed the woman, I would have been
yeah,
jumping over the table and stuff like that, but you can tell that she's been through a lot for her to keep her composure.
yeah,
Keep her on the show, keep her on the
yes,
show, we like
she's
that
good.
side of women. And then towards the end, the boys meet up at the packing meat place, and they get together to discuss going to Tennessee for, like, a spice testing that they wanna implement into the meat market sales, and also it's Jesse's birthday, so
Yeah,
you know what happened.
yes, yes. Below deck, these are gonna be really short recaps. Episode 9. The crew is back on the yacht, and they have a new charter guest, and these charter guests bring a really, I don't even know how to describe her, obnoxious guest. Her name is Kelly. She comes onto the boat already drunk, like already not there. And she just keeps drinking and drinking. She's at dinner asking for more glass, and they show like behind the scenes of the crew, and the crew's basically like, she's asking for more. She's already so drunk. Like, no one give her any more, right? So she gets annoyed because they're not giving her any more. I think it was at lunch. So then she gets up and she's like, I'm done with this. I want to go. So she gets up and she's like, I want to go jet ski. And again, everyone already knew that she was very drunk. So they said, um, first of all, they're like, if you're going to do this, you're really drunk. You really need to put a life jacket on. She goes, I don't need a life jacket. Goes behind them, jumps into the water without a life jacket on. The deck crew jumps in after her to get her. The captain comes down at this point. They get her out, and she's like, why are you doing this? I don't have to listen to you, blah, blah, blah. They barricade her and basically, like, push her inward from the dock, like, onto the boat. And she keeps saying, like, fuck this shit, I'm done with it. Like, fuck this, fuck that. The crew ends up locking her in her room. Like, the captain, like, puts her in her room and has one of the deckhands literally hold the door shut so she can't get out. And then they go and tell the primary like what happened, and they're like, I'm so sorry, we'll go talk to her. As they're doing that, captain is calling the police from the shore saying, we have a very disruptive crew member. We need you guys to get her and escort her off the boat. So that was basically all of episode 9. It ends with him calling the police. So for episode 10, they actually come and her name's Kelly, remove Kelly from the yacht and escort her to the escort her to shore. And the primary is just like, I'm so sorry about all this. We'll talk to her when she like calms down. But yeah, that's basically episode 9 and episode 10 in a nutshell. She was just something else. I was watching it just being like, I would have left. I would have not served her at all. Like, she was so obnoxious. I mean, I think everyone handled the situation well. I mean, as well as they could for that. But yeah, that was just crazy. So, Bravo News. Did you see that Dorit announced a new memoir? She's writing a book, not just to look back, but to move forward with her determination, grace, and honesty. So, another Bravo celebrity writing a book. So, I hope it's about like her life, how she met PK, their life, and then divorce, and maybe what's going on now. But we will see. Erica Girardi's trial is finally set. So she's finally going to go on trial for all of this. Did you hear that Denise Richards filmed scenes for Beverly Hills in Los Angeles a couple weeks ago, despite her divorce rumors? She joined Sutton and Erica for dinner, so I'm curious to see. I wonder if they talk about the divorce in their dinner. And then Craig Conover was spotted holding hands with model Elizabeth Turner. So some news there. Teddy was on Jamie Ken Lima's podcast, and she talks about how Edwin, her ex-husband, or soon-to-be ex-husband, had an affair that happened a decade ago, and she said it actually happened during the first season of her premiere on Beverly Hills. So I thought that was interesting. I don't know why she's coming out now with that.
I
If it
feel
was
like she
like,
tries to get more and more relevant.
she does, 100%.
Like,
I agree with that.
focus on your health
Yeah, and get better.
before
Yeah.
you start putting your husband
Yeah.
down. Like, I would
Yeah.
like, you're going through this health crisis, and yet you're still acting desperate enough for attention that you still have to bring the people that love you.
Because he
Why?
was there when this whole thing happened too. She said that Edwin
Exactly.
has been by her side through all this, so why do this now? It's like the whole Sheena thing with her book, like, why bring up the whole Brock affair? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, and the last thing I have is Shannon and Sophia from OC did a Freaky Friday matchup because of Freaky Friday
Oh, yeah. I
dropped
saw
another
that.
one. I thought that was so cute. It
That
was
was
so
cute.
funny. Yeah,
Yeah.
I really
She's a
liked it.
spitting image of her mom, Sophie.
Yeah, she is. I didn't realize it till they did the makeup, and I was like, "Wow." That is like looking at Shannon the Boar.
And that's a wrap on the episode of Bravo's Moms Unfiltered. We hope you had as much fun listening as we did spilling the tea. Because let's be real, moms need unfiltered moments too.
Make sure to follow us wherever you get your podcast so you never miss an episode. And if you love today's chat, leave us a review. It will help other Bravo loving moms find us.
Yes, don't forget to follow us on Spotify, Apple, what else?
Amazon Music.
Amazon. And then also Instagram.
Yes.
And yeah, like us,
That
star
is it.
us, give us your opinion, please, please, please.
Yes. Until next time, keep the wine chilled, the drama on TV, and the mom life real.
See you next week, Bravo moms.
I'm reckless, offensive. I destroy your defenses. My guest list is priceless. And yes, I run a tight ship. Bentleys and